So Jeremy, you were probably given the hardest task with Night Terrors in writing Hal Jordan, a character who's, one of his greatest strengths, overcoming great fear. So when you got the assignment, when Paul, talking to Paul Kaminsky, your editor, did you have to sort of think on that? Like, what is Hal's fear? Like, what is the take on this story?
Well, yeah, I had to think about it, but I think actually Josh he pings me occasionally, like, would you? And it's always like, yes. And they're like, I'm terrible at that. And then you find out what it is and like, ooh, okay, hold on. This comes out after I've done 2 issues of Green Lantern, and so this rolls right into the Nightmare Wave hitting the private plane that Hal Jordan is now a co-pilot in, while he's trying to hit on Carol, who's engaged to someone else, soap opera. But the fact that he has to overcome fear, it's like, oh no, wait a second, he doesn't really fear. So I leaned into that, and the fact that he can overcome fear, and the fact that whatever this nightmare is can't exactly get a hold of him. He's very slippery mentally. And then very much some of my favorite moments in horror movies, especially, is like the Evil Dead series. The minute Ash, puts a chainsaw in his hand and he's like groovy. It's like, it's not necessarily about horror anymore. It's about, like you said, strapping a lawnmower to your chest and seeing what you can do. So it's also great for me as getting to know the character of Hal. Like, this is like a really cool way for me to retell important moments of Hal Jordan's origin, but twisting it a little bit, making it a little darker, but there's a lot of truth in it as well. So that's been great, especially for the book. And then Alex Segura, who does the backup in it, who's incredible.
Love him.
He did such heavy lifting for the mental state of Sinestro on Earth, which is great because I don't have to now. But it's really great because we dovetail right out of the main line, and then it'll end and we'll be right back into the book. I think further along in terms of how we're looking at the character.